Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And here it is in partnership with the German Police Support Team. German Support Team on the plaques here. So, and the next on the item is the handing over of the keys as symbolizing the handing over of the items. And Stefan would help hand this over to the Inspector General of Police. The Inspector General of Police. Staff. The key is a big key, but the key is here to symbolize all the keys, the vehicles, the motorcycles, and all other items here before us.
GIZ Marion Pope rather, British High Commissioner Martin Norman, IT Honorable Council Mehdi Bensouda, Director of Immigration, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ndumbe Saho, RSO USA American Embassy, Nick, the Spanish Embassies, Salvador, the Guardian Councils, Samuel Fernandez, GPF Advisor Tamsil Momodu Jase, the Spanish Charge d'Affaires, Violeta Insa Sandoval, Assistant GPTS Landimbaji, Deputy Head of Project GPTS Stephen Haas, Senior Project Coordinator Sharab Bahadir. Please permit me and forgive me for the pronunciation of certain names. And I want to welcome all dignitaries here present this morning and friends of the Gambia Police Force and the Gambia by extension for honoring this auspicious invitation to attend this occasion. And I would want to first highlight how the program would follow. Immediately after the prayer, we have a statement by Deputy Head of Project, Stephen. Then we will have a statement by the Inspector General of Police. Then we'll have a statement by the German Ambassador, Mr. Klaus. Then we'll have a statement by the Minister of Interior, Mr. Tangara, Permanent Secretary. Then we'll have a symbolic handing over of equipment and items by the Ministry of Interior, Tangara, and the German Ambassador. Then we'll have the unveiling of the board, which is part of the program. The pavilion that we are currently seated is part of the spot. This morning, and that will be done by the Minister of Interior, Alassane Tangara, and also the handing over of the keys by the Inspector General of Police and Stephen. This is how the program would go. I guess we have little technical problem with the PA system, and please allow us to just bear with us for a moment to have the backup up to speed.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. CIP, thank you so very much. We'll continue. CIP, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, we are sorry for that interruption, and we would want to just go straight into the program proper. At this moment, I would want to invite our host, Commissioner PIU, Commissioner Basange, to give a welcoming remark. Commissioner, please.
Good morning, the Inspector General of Police. Good morning, the Security Advisor, the Police Advisor, Ambassador to Turkey, German, distinguished invited guests, fellow senior officers here present, members of the media, members of the Police Intervention Unit, the police band, good morning to you all. I am incredibly honored to welcome all of you to this ceremony, which is another significant occasion as we gather to express our gratitude for the invaluable support and partnership extended to us by the German Police Support Team, GSP, in the development of the Gambia Police Force, in particular the Police Intervention Unit. As we receive these valuable items today, we are reminded of the profound impact that partnership and cooperation can have in advancing law enforcement, safety, and security. The items we will receive represent more than just equipment. They represent the shared dedication of our partners to strengthening the capacity and capability of our personnel. Over the period since the coming of the German Police Support Team in the Gambia in 2018, they have conducted 22 trainings package for 594 personnel of the Police Intervention Unit. These trainings include public order management, tactics and solutions, Special Intervention Unit SIU, advanced and leadership training, and the TOT. The unit also received several materials from the German Police Support Team in the form of combat boots, helmets, radio communication sets, batons and shields, protective gears, handcuffs, torchlights, goggles, tactical vests, and other standard riot equipment that match the demands of modern-day policing operations. Among the benefit received are the construction of our car park and the pavilion where we are currently seated. Our engineering team were not left behind. They were also built up with a generator, concrete mixer, construction kits. These include helmets, boots, and jackets, construction tools such as wheelbarrows, spades, shovels, and a lot other more. In an ever-evolving landscape of challenge and threats, the support of our partners is instrumental in enabling us to adapt, innovate, and respond effectively to the emerging security needs. Through training initiative, technological process, and infrastructural development, they have also played a pivotal role in equipping us with the necessary tools and resources to uphold the principles of justice, to safeguard the human rights and freedom of all citizens. While we express our gratitude to the Inspector General of Police and the entire police management for the guidance and support, we appreciate the generosity and unity shown to us by the Gambia German support team. We remain, we reaffirm our, our unwavering commitment to professionalism, integrity, and service to the Gambian people. I thank you all, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner, Police Intervention Unit, for those very wonderful welcoming remarks. And we want to now welcome Mr. Stephen Haas, the Deputy Head of Project, to make a statement, please.
Thanks a lot. Yes, Permanent Secretary Asan Tangara, National Security Advisor Abubakar Sulaiman Yeng, Your Excellency, representatives of the Federal Republic of Germany in the Gambia, Ambassador Klaus Wutzet, Charge d'Affaires of the European Union in the Gambia, Rafael Bringandi, Inspector General of Police Sidi Touré, representatives of the Gambian Police Force, Country Component Manager, GIZ, Dr. Marion Pop, national and international partners, all protocols observed, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, a wonderful good morning. On behalf of the German Police Support Team and Baden-Württemberg State Police, I have the honor to participate in today's long-awaited handover ceremony at the grounds of PIU in Kanifing. Sometimes having success will come in the form of challenges, obstacles, and failure. The question is, are you willing to keep going on? Are you prepared to keep going, even if the path of success sometimes demands a lot? It makes me proud to answer this with a confident yes. Since the start of the project in 2018, we have been committed to support the Gambian Police Force in their efforts to transform into a modern and effective police force. Only well-equipped and trained officers will carry out their duties with dignity, honor, and professionalism, and adhere to the standards of human rights and democracy. To ensure this transformation from the very beginning and provide numerous capacity building trainings ranging from TOT trainings in operational level, crowd control, selection recruitment, traffic policing, to crime scene management. Providing a reliable and valuable contribution to the community requires a police force that is convinced of its own skills and stands committed to the law and the values of a democracy. To perform your duties professionally and return to your families unarmed, as well to make an important contribution to the security sector of the Gambia with the knowledge you have acquired requires discipline, effort, and dedication. But it also requires appropriate equipment and sharing of your knowledge. It is therefore essential that we continue to support the Gambia Police Force with equipment and training programs. Today, we are not just standing here in front of a new pavilion and considerable amount of equipment and vehicles worth a total more than 36 million Dilasi, which we have procured here. Rather, we are thank you very much. Rather, we are standing here in front of something much more. Rather, we are standing here in front of something much more valuable. the opportunity to set a new path for the future of the Gambia Police Force. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very proud that this project is being carried out in close partnership with the Gambia Police Force. For all our constructions we provided so far, we have employed the PIU engineers to perform a construction part of our project. Within the last years, the PIU engineers successfully constructed a beautiful car park at the Police Intervention Unit in Kanifing and the facilities of the Police Training School in Yundum. They did a great job, and we can be proud of their work. Thanks to all PIU engineers. We are currently in the process of expanding our project, and this may up new opportunities. For now, we will focus on successfully completing this phase of the project and continue to support the Gambia Police Force this year with 2 more specialized intervention unit trainings at the Police Intervention Unit, 3 TOT trainings at the Police Training School, 1 workshop to develop the training manuals, 1 workshop for the selection and for the selection. You can hear me on this way also? It works? Okay. Or you also can try to help. Okay, 1 workshop for the selection recruitment process within the Gambia Police Force. Also, more equipment aids such as vehicles and gears worth than 25 million dalasi are expected to arrive in the Gambia later this year. So, as you can see, we are staying committed to continue to support our partners at the Gambia Police Force in their efforts to reform and transform into a modern police force. I would like to thank everyone who made all this possible. The Ministry of Interior and the Gambia Police Force senior management for their continuous and tireless support. Our team and experts of the GPS team for all their efforts, commitment, and sacrifices in order to deliver and coordinate all the trainings, share their expertise, and deliver this equipment. And also, last but not least, the Police Intervention Unit engineers for the hard work, dedication, and professionalism execution of the construction work we are facing here today. In conclusion, I'm very looking forward to the rest of the year as we have many more challenges to conquer together. I can only encourage you. Show your families, your community that you are worth it. Show them that you are ready to serve your country and democracy and protect the rights of all. Show them that they can rely on you and don't worry about standing up for what is right and the faith that is placed in you. Because each of them could be your brother, your sister, your mother or father, your wife, husband, or child. Be proud to shape the future of the Gambia Police Force and don't be afraid to become the best version of yourself. I would like to end my speech with words from a very successful car manufacturer named Henry Ford. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. I recognize us here because we have not only come together, we still stand together. We have held and faced many challenges together. Our success are characterized by the fact that we are willing to work together and make progress. Which brings me back to what I said at the beginning. There is no success without failure, no victory without loss, no progress without challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Deputy Head of Project, for that very wonderful remark highlighting some of the programs and training that has been conducted by your project to the Gambia Police Force, specifically to the Police Intervention Unit, and also informing us the worth of items that we are here witnessing today, the handing over of more than $32 million. And the future plans are we still expecting more than $25 million worth of items and training for the Gambia Police Force. This is a wonderful and welcomed idea, and we want to continue, like you mentioned. We not only come together, but we standing together to work together for a better community and for a better Gambia and for a better democratic policing. Thank you very much. At this point, I want to call on the Inspector General of Police, Sidi Mukhtar Toure, to make his remark. IGP, please.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Akayenda. The Honorable Minister of Interior, Mr. Abdullah Sanyang, ably represented by his deputy, the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Asan Tangara, Mr. Abubakar Sulaiman Jeng, the National Security Advisor, my own advisor, Mr. Tamsis Jase, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, but more importantly, I want to recognize the presence in our midst of His Excellency, the Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany. We have the head of the Spanish antenna here also. His Excellency, the President Ron, the Ambassador of Turkey, representative of the U.S. Embassy, I'm saying in our midst, the Regional Security Officer, Mr. Nick Brewington. I have my conference here, Major Chow, now a Commissioner, Guardia Civil, the head of DCAF, Mr. Ken Isaac, and of course, it's very difficult to name individually names, but these are people that I have previously worked with and I still continue to work with. That's why we all know each other. Madam Sharan Bahadir, and of course, Officer Haas, who just finished his brilliant speech, are also here. Dr. Marion, and of course, my colleagues from Gambia Police Force, and also others from other sister services. I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of you here, more especially the Assistant Inspector General of Police, responsible as of today, operations, in the person of Mr. Ibrahim Abba. Once again, good morning, a very good morning to all of you, and welcome to the headquarters of the Police Intervention Unit. I want to start my speech by indicating that I am deeply honored to be here today to receive this timely donation from our dear friends and valuable partners from the State Police of Baden-Württemberg. Since its inception in 2018, the German Police Support Team project has been very supportive to Gambia Police Force transformation agenda, which is to make the Gambia Police Force a professional, accountable public service respecting human rights and, of course, the rule of law. You will agree with me that correcting the wrongs of a long and difficult past
is a daunting and arduous task. However, with steadfastness, dedication, teamwork, and of course with partners like GPST, we will overcome the challenges that lie ahead. We have made some good progress in this regard. And to give you an indication of such progresses thus far, we have validated the National Policing Strategy 2024 to 2028, developed a new training curricula which will be tested this very month, May. We have also, for the first time in the history of Gambia Police Force, developed and circulated a policing doctrine. Today, we are receiving from the German police support team the following items: crime scene investigation kits, teaching aid toolbox, personal protection equipment, traffic management kits, ICT equipment for the human resource unit, tools for our engineering corps, among others. Also worthy to mention that the project is significantly alleviating the mobility constraints of the force through procurement of riot vans and other vehicles. As we speak, a good number of customized vehicles have been procured by the project for Gambia Police Force, including 2 minivans, 3 pickups, and 15 motorbikes for the recently established Highway Patrol Unit to enhance the enforcement of traffic laws and overall improve road safety. Soon, and very soon, we will begin to see the unit fully operational and on our highways countrywide. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am also happy to note that the Crime Scene Investigation Unit is also to benefit from 2 fully equipped crime scene vans which are shipped and on their way to the Gambia. The vans will be critical addition to Gambia Police Force crime fighting arsenal because they will facilitate timely dispatch of crime scene investigation teams to crime scenes before vital evidence is tampered or tainted with. In the past, our officers have struggled to recover credible and useful evidence from crime scenes due to mobility challenges. By the time they got to the scene, curious onlookers have tampered with the scenes and or removed vital evidence. With these vans, crime scene investigation teams can get to the scenes in a timely manner, collect, package, and transport evidence safely to the lab for analysis and appropriate storage. Through enhanced chain of custody, we will be able to present in the course evidence that can withstand the integrity standards required by law. This would in turn lead to successful prosecution of cases in the courts. Modern day policing requires the police to make effective use of scientific evidence in proving cases. With the support from the GPST, we are making steady progress in this regard, and we thank you for this. It is high on my agenda and the new Inspector General of Police for us to increase our footprints in the communities through enhancing police visibility. Therefore, the importance of adequate capacity for the police intervention unit and anti-crime, which are our main frontline duty bearers for community protection and safety, cannot be overemphasized. As a result, I am very delightful that majority of the handover equipment today are meant for them. Personal safety of the PIU and ACU will be enhanced with the donated equipment. For officers to be more effective in protecting the civilians, officers need to be reassured of their personal safety first. In security, it is widely believed and said that our safety actually starts with us, that's ourselves, the individual. Before you can protect others, you first need to be safe. This is why personal protection equipment are essential for the average officer. I want to make a declaration here, and I want to be on record to indicate that all these donated equipment and items are meant for a specialized unit within the Gambia Police Force. And the assurances that I want to give to our partners is the donated equipment and items will be utilized for the intended purpose and for the special units. It is my hope that with this equipment, my PIU colleagues will feel more secure to respond to public calls for public assistance. The, the public has high expectations from their national police, and during my tenure as IGP, we will do our best not only to be highly responsive to your requests for police assistance, but also to robustly build on proactive policing strategies for effective detection and prevention of crime. Finally, I would like to say a few things about the training. All the equipment in the world will be useless if officers don't have the appropriate training. And I'm happy that Officer has mentioned in his speech that there are two more strategic trainings that are in the offing to be conducted for police intervention unit officers. Thank you very much. Matter of fact, any effective police force should be well trained, well equipped, and be well commanded also. If any of these components is missing from the equation, the tripod would be shaky at best and ineffective at the worst. I am glad to say that our German friends here have been very supportive of the Gambia Police Force. And also to extend this gratitude to the principal representative of the German government, which of course is Your Excellency, the Ambassador, Mr. Klaus Botze. Not forget to also acknowledge, recognize, and appreciate the assistance from the State Police of Baden-Württemberg, German Police Support Team Project Coordinator Sebastian, ably assisted by Madam Sarah Bahadir, for the fantastic job you are doing. I want to also our German colleagues, as earlier mentioned, that the support equipment will be optimally utilized specifically for the targeted beneficiary units for enhanced service delivery. I appreciate your kind attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the very wonderful and reassuring speech there, highlighting the fact that, and also taking it to your word for it, that all donated items which are for specific units of the Gambia Police Force for the intended use of those units, that each and every one of these would be utilized by those units. And this came at a time that when there are concerns that donors and partners would actually stress that the items that are donated or handed over to units, especially specialized units, would be maintained for those specific units. And the institute has earlier said here and promised that these items would be handed to the intended specific units, specialized units for utilization. And we want to thank the Inspector General of Police for that, for making it possible that when items and equipment are handed over, they are actually handed over to the respective units that they are intended for use. Thank you very much, Inspector General of Police. I would now want to call on Mr. Klaus, His Excellency Ambassador, German Ambassador, please.
Nigeria, Mr. Asan Tangara, Honorable National Security Advisor, Mr. Abubakar Jain, Inspector General of the Police, Mr. Sina Mokhtar Toure. Inspector General, it was very heartening to hear your speech right now. I thank you for your clear messages, and we are very glad and proud to have you as Inspector General and a lot of confidence. Thank you. Excellencies, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, salam alaikum and good morning already, quite advanced in the morning. Since 2018, Germany is engaged in supporting the security sector reform of the Gambia. The German project has evolved into a joint project with the European Union and with Spain in a way. So I would like to express my special thanks here to our European colleagues for the EU shared financing and all colleagues for the good cooperation, including the Turkish contributions. The project is implemented for the German part on behalf of the German Foreign Office and the EU by two agencies. GIZ support areas include the construction of new police stations, 3 of which have been already built here in the Greater Banjo area, and the countrywide rollout of community policing. Additionally, GIZ equipment worth more than 35 million dalasi or 500,000 euros. Cars, motorcycles, personal equipment, it's been all mentioned, to enable police officers to do better work. Good equipment is important for good police work, and we're proud that this first-class gear will be put to good use in the Gambia. But I would be remiss if I would not mention that equipment is only part of the parcel. Just as important for the changes sought by the security sector reform, like the respect for human rights and the rule of law, are the changes that happen in the minds of the police force. In a democratic society, respecting the rule of law and human rights need to be firmly anchored in the head of each police officer, from the top to the rank and file. This is why both parts of the German project are giving so much attention to training, and I'm very grateful again for the remarks of the Inspector General in this context. The project has not only built the police training school, it is using it for regular training periods of 2 to 3 weeks in which principles for police action are taught, 9 training sessions per year through GSDP, not counting the additional GIZ trainings. All branches of the police force are benefiting from these trainings. First of all, in strategic areas like first responders, but also in other areas. The human resources staff in headquarters, the criminal investigation units, the traffic police and riot police are all benefiting. The respect of human rights and the rule of law is central to all our project activities and the trainings. The same goes for mainstreaming gender in all training units and in the daily police work in order to adequately protect women and girls against gender-based violence. We know that there is still a long way to go, but the positive responses from the communities show that gender-sensitive policing is appreciated and the right way into the future. Please don't forget, every second Gambian is a woman or a girl. They need qualified police officers who protect them in case of need. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gambia is now a stable democracy, which is developing rapidly into a more open and modern society. A better future is ahead, which involves many changes, and in some cases also departures from old and harmful traditions. The young men and women are demanding active participation for change, and rightfully so. The Gambian police force has become part of this transformation towards an even stronger democracy and a more open society. We are proud to be able to accompany the Gambian police on this journey, and it is in this spirit of cooperation for a better future that we are handing over the equipment today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the German Ambassador to the Gambia, for highlighting the efforts that the German government is making towards our democratization process. We understand that, like you highlighted, that the dictatorship, the end of the dictatorship, had led to a lot of opportunities for the Gambia to actually consolidate the newfound democracy, and part of that the German government is, especially for the Gambian police force in trying to ensure that we have qualified police officers to be able to serve. Like he mentioned, on a daily basis we have a male and a girl child born, and it's important that these people would actually have to have people who are qualified to protect them when the need comes. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. At this point, I would want to invite the Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Interior, Honorable Asan Tangara, to make a statement. Your Excellency.
Morning. Susu, how are you? Okay, thank you. Okay. Good morning, National Security Advisor. Good morning, IGP. Good morning, Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany. Good morning, the advisor to the IGP, the German police support team in the Gambia, senior government officers and service chiefs here present, members of the development and council corps here present, all protocols duly and respectfully observed. Let me also, before I begin my statement, convey my minister's apology. He couldn't attend this meeting because of unforeseen circumstances, and he kindly requested for me to at least deliver the statement on his behalf. And the statement reads, it is with great pleasure to witness the handing over of equipment and vehicles to strengthen the capacity and responsiveness of the Gambia Police Force. This significant milestone represents a collective step forward in our wavering commitment to fortify the security and efficiency of our national security. The donated equipment will contribute significantly to the fight against crimes and its related activities. It will also strengthen the capacity of the police force. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the government of the Gambia will continue to partner with relevant agencies to provide the needed logistics. And on behalf, once again, of the Honorable Minister, the government of the Gambia, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the EU, the German government, and all partners who are present for their support in providing the needed equipment and capacity building to the Gambian Police Force and all sister services. I thank you all for your dedication and commitment. Together we can build a stronger, safer, and more secure future for our nation. Thank you for all. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Interior, for highlighting the government's readiness to partner with relevant stakeholders and agencies in ensuring that the development aspirations of the Gambia is achieved. In this very case, the German government, and we are delighted to have such an environment, enabling environment by the government to have the possibility of partners to work through us within or during this time of democratization, and also which is rapidly changing and consolidated day by day. And at this point, we would now have the symbolic handing over. I just want to also take this opportunity to remind our distinguished guests that we will have the inaugural ceremony that is under the shed that we are seated. Others would call it pavilion. It's been financed by this project, and part of today's handing over equally is the pavilion to the Gambia Police Force, especially Police Intervention Unit. I would now want to call on the Minister of Interior, Permanent Secretary, Hassan Tangara, and the German ambassador to unveil the board which is before us as a show of handing over. Your Excellencies, please. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And here it is in partnership with the German Police Support Team. German Support Team on the plaques here. So, and the next on the item is the handing over of the keys as symbolizing the handing over of the items. And Stefan would help hand this over to the Inspector General of Police. The Inspector General of Police, Sir. The key, it's a big key, but the key is here to symbolize all the keys, the vehicles, the motorcycles, and all other items here before us. Thank you very much to the German. We are reminded that these are just for presentation purpose. We have more than what is actually here because we've heard of more than 35 million dollars worth of items. So the deputy project coordinator will lead us. Stefan would lead us, and the Inspector General of Police, the high dignitaries, for inspection of the items. Stefan, you can lead us. Commissioner Down, Mani, and invited to inspection, please. I want to remind our distinguished guests that among the items are station, among the items are workstation, we have monitors, laptops, we have printers, we have Microsoft license, we have projectors, we have camera, Canon, we have machines, we have measuring tapes, we have intelligent test kits, we have manual booklets, we have concentration tests, we have manual templates for concentration tests, we have cables and all the accessories for IT, we have waterproof tropical camera case, we have laminator, we have for the traffic or highway reflective tapes, we have lights for checkpoints, we have Toyota minivans which are two customized, we have Yamaha motorbikes customized 15, we have Toyota Hilux double cabin which are three, we have Android tablets with scenes of feeling and recording statistics. We have training materials for load securing tension belt system. We have high visibility vest 50. We have motorbike helmets 35. We have camera cannon for CSI forensics. We have 8. We have glass attachment suitable cameras 8. We have waterproof optical cameras 8. We have tripods for cameras 8. We have small parts batteries 8. We have Toyota Hilux for CSI 2. We have aluminium box for storing equipment. We have crime scene lights 8. We have dust print lift 8. We have dispensers 4. We have welding tongs, tool cases, Stenson ladders. We have saws, folding shovels. We have folding tops, barriers and marking materials. Basic crime scene equipment. We have consumables. We have personal protective gears in several sizes. For the PTS, we have a curriculum, printed curriculum, books printed instruction letters. We have moderator cases. For the PRU, we have combat books, we have functional socks, we have combat gloves, we have flame protections, tile system, we have batting holsters, we have police helmets, sockets, lights, recharges, multiple functional pavilion, new construction, that's the one we just talking about. And we have for the PIU engineering, we have wheelbarrow spades, we have axe hand saws, we have demolition drill, marble quarter tiles, and etc. etc. These here are just a representation of the items. But like I said, for the pickups we have in different for different units. For different units we have 2, 3, 4 vans to for the PIU, the highway patrol, the CSI, and These pickups and vans are customized for the need of these specific units. And we are more than grateful for the police officers, but not only limited to the police intervention unit, but also we are aware that the German police also support the traffic unit and they also support the crime scene for crime scene investigations. And I think this is one of the reasons why we are having today presentation of items for these respective units. That is the police intervention unit and also the mobile traffic unit. And we are, like the Inspector General alluded to earlier, that we having what is called the highway patrol. The highway patrol, which is going to also support the mobile traffic unit, ensuring that vehicles on our road would respect the traffic regulations on our highways, and having to have these motorbikes that will go a long way in ensuring that the aims and objectives of the the Gambia Police Force in providing security for the Gambia is realized. And we just want to remind that, like previous speakers have said, the dynamics of security is changing day by day, and as such, it requires concerted efforts of all Gambians and partners and stakeholders for to ensure that there is security. And the inspector himself went further to highlight and indicate that security begins with oneself. And I think it's important to recognize that the security of the state begins with an individual. And also highlighting it's going to be very difficult to provide security as policemen when personally the average police officer is not secure. And it's important to recognize that, and the German support team has recognized that and making sure that the equipment to ensure safety is provided for our officers. And as you take your seats, I want to bring to your attention that this has this brings us to the end of the program, the handing over. And we also want, if possible, if you can have the Inspector General of Police and delegates to have a good photo to this. General?